Hari Om. Welcome to this online satsang given to us by our Guruji Swami Nispruh Spandan on the 18th of January 2024. Swamiji starts out by telling that sadhana is done to get enlightenment and to understand that you are not who you think yourself to be. Whatever the name you have been given has been given to your body. It is relatively easy to become detached from every other thing in life but not this body. Sadhana is like separating ghee from milk. Once the process of separating the ghee from its previous medium is complete, it will float on top of it and will never be mixed back into it. Same way, once enlightenment has been achieved, it will float on top of the body and will never be lost in it again. Swamiji talks of the feeling of the I doing something, or the I doing some karma, and subsequently on how one can get rid of this feeling. But why should we even get rid of this feeling? Kartabhiman, or the ego of the doer, is what causes pride and guilt to be present in an individual. If something goes wrong, then one who is identified as the doer of the act feels guilty or inadequate. And if something goes well or is done right, then he feels proud or boastful about it. What we should say instead is that it is the Param Tattva, the supreme truth, who does the act through us, and not us ourselves. Because if you look at it deeply, then you'll notice you cannot even breathe at your own will. Whatever deeds, good or bad, lay them at the feet of the Paramatma. In this way, one can relieve oneself from experiencing the fruits of the karma that he does. Because it is the Paramatma creating the karma, so it will be the Paramatma who will be taking care of the fruits of the karma he has done. The existential force which is within us should be surrendered at the feet of the Paramatma at all times, which will lead one to live a life of an instrument in the hands of the Paramatma, which will subsequently free us from the possibility of experiencing the fruits of the acts which we are doing. Once, Swamiji was at a riverbank. There he saw a middle-aged woman who was selling food from a food stall. Swamiji asks us, that was the money that the lady is earning a legitimate income? She puts her heart and soul into making the food and running the business. However, she was not paying taxes from the income that she was making. So is the money that she is making black money? Most of us answered that yes, it is. Then Swamiji gives an example of a bar which serves alcohol to its patrons, which some people may see as morally dubious. However, the bar is paying its taxes, so is the bar making black money? Most of us answered that no. Swamiji is giving an example of how complicated the play of Maya, illusion, is. We cannot make out what is good and what is bad based on the common practices of the society that is around us. Let's say there is a young woman who is staying with a male friend. If the society which they live in deem it as incorrect, then it automatically is considered as wrong. But if enough people in that society think that it is okay, then suddenly it's not considered as wrong in that society anymore. Swamiji is not telling us what is right and what is wrong. He is just illustrating the point that what is considered as correct and what as incorrect is not set in stone, but rather decided by the people who follow certain norms in that society at that time. And also of how societies are formed and run on the basis of set norms which are created by the Maya around us. So don't take this as a lesson on ethics. Swamiji urges us to listen to our conscience, because what your conscience tells you is what is correct. Remember that what other people and the society think is less important than what your conscience thinks, because your conscience will be with you the whole duration of this journey, which you are walking alone. And the fruits of the acts endorsed by your conscience are those which you will be willing to readily accept. Hari Om. This satsang was given to us by our Guruji, Swami Nispruh Spandan. It was translated from Hindi to English, so it is possible that there are some shortcomings in the translation. If you have any questions or something was difficult to understand, please leave them in the comment section below. If you would like to be initiated into Kriya Yoga, you can contact us in our email nispruhyogkriyayog@gmail.com or by WhatsApp with the numbers +358 451